Storm Bram hit the UK and Ireland hard on December 9, 2025. This powerful winter storm brought fierce winds, gusting up to 90 miles per hour, and heavy rain that caused serious flooding and major disruptions everywhere. From roads to railways and airports to ferries, the storm threw travel plans into chaos. Flights had to be rerouted, ferries stopped running, and trains were either cancelled or delayed. The weather's impact made it one of the toughest days for transport in years. The UK Met Office reported staggering rainfall totals, especially in South Wales and southwest England. For example, in Dartmoor's White Barrow area, nearly 4.5 inches of rain fell in just 24 hours, almost a sixth of the usual December rainfall for that spot. South Wales and parts of North Wales saw wind gusts hitting over 80 miles an hour, causing damage and dangerous conditions. Flooding was so severe that many vehicles became trapped. In Hampshire, a woman's car was swept over 100 feet by fast-moving floodwaters, but thankfully nearby residents helped rescue her. In Dorset, emergency crews saved 4 people stuck in their cars on flooded roads. Similar rescues took place across Cornwall and Devon, where firefighters pulled people to safety from vehicles submerged by water. Storm Bram clearly left a lasting impact, with intense rains, wild winds, and unforgettable scenes of rescue and survival across the UK and Ireland. Storm Bram has been causing major headaches across parts of the UK and Ireland. Key roads have been slammed with traffic, and several crossings over the River Severn, linking southwest England and South Wales, were shut down temporarily over worries that some lighting poles might topple. The Prince of Wales Bridge has been cut down to just one lane in each direction to keep people safe. Meanwhile, in Greater Manchester, a section of the M66 motorway closed after a pileup involving multiple vehicles during flooding. On top of that, strong winds led to the temporary closure of the M48 Severn Bridge. The storm hit power grids hard too. In Ireland, about 25,000 homes, farms, and businesses lost electricity Tuesday evening. Over in England and Wales, more than 3,000 homes lost power, with the West Midlands and southwest England among the worst affected. Weather warnings have stayed in place, especially for Scotland, where gusts reached 70 to 80 miles per hour, and some spots saw winds pushing over 90 miles per hour. Officials are urging everyone to avoid unnecessary travel at night and to have emergency supplies ready. Think warm clothes, water, food, phone chargers, blankets, and flashlights. Residents are also being told to secure anything outdoors and make sure windows and doors are locked tight to minimize wind damage. Flood alerts are widespread, with dozens in England, Wales, and Scotland, and these numbers are expected to climb with more rain on the way. Air travel has taken a hit too, with flights disrupted across the region. If you're in the affected areas, stay safe out there and keep an eye on local updates. Severe winds swept across the UK and Ireland, and the impact on travel was intense, especially at Belfast City Airport. By the end of the day, 27 flights had been cancelled as constantly shifting winds made safe landings nearly impossible. One British Airways flight from Heathrow spent over 2 hours in the air trying to land. After several attempts and no break in the wind, the crew had no choice but to turn around and fly all the way back to London. Another flight, an Aer Lingus regional service coming in from Manchester, faced a similar battle. The plane circled over the Irish Sea for almost an hour and a half, missed one approach, and finally touched down after about 2.5 hours in the air. And keep in mind, this route normally takes only 45 minutes. Farther north in Glasgow, passengers went through a long afternoon and evening of uncertainty. Strong gusts forced several flights to divert. Planes arriving from Krakow, Alicante, and Lanzarote were redirected to Manchester instead. Even flights coming from London weren't safe. 2 were forced to land in Newcastle, while another British Airways flight turned back to its origin. Dublin Airport wasn't spared either. By the day's end, they had logged 91 cancelled flights and around 10 diversions because of the high winds. Manchester Airport also saw major trouble. The airport temporarily shut down, leading to long lines, frustrated travelers, and dozens of cancellations. Most of them Aer Lingus flights headed to Dublin or Belfast. And it wasn't just the skies that were affected. Ferry services across the Irish Sea were almost completely shut down. Major operators cancelled all daytime sailings connecting Ireland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and Scotland. In the Western Isles, nearly every Caledonian MacBrayne route was disrupted, with many ferries suspended entirely due to dangerously rough seas. Forecasters warned that the chaos wouldn't end quickly. The amber wind warning stayed in effect through Wednesday morning for northwest Scotland and Northern Ireland, pointing to even more travel trouble ahead. Rail networks also struggled as wind speeds reached up to 90 miles per hour. Operators reduced speeds or suspended trains altogether. The West Coast Main Line, the key route connecting London with the West Midlands, Northwest England, North Wales, and Southern Scotland, ran with heavy delays and reduced capacity because of strict safety limits. Avanti West Coast urged passengers to expect longer journeys and warned that disruptions could last for hours. Storm Bram has been causing absolute chaos across parts of the United Kingdom and Ireland, and travelers are really feeling the impact. In Scotland, things got especially rough. The routes between Inverness and Kyle of Lochalsh, and the line from Fort William to Mallaig, had to be shut down completely after wind gusts blasted through at nearly 90 miles per hour. That's hurricane-level force, no joke. To help ease the travel mess, ScotRail announced that all tickets would remain valid through December 11th. It's their way of giving people some breathing room while the storm settles down. Several other rail lines were expected to reopen later Wednesday morning, but only after engineers checked everything for damage. Crews have been out there inspecting tracks, clearing fallen branches, and making sure the infrastructure is safe before letting trains roll again. According to the UK's Met Office, Storm Bram is expected to slowly weaken through Wednesday. But even with the system losing strength, strong winds and scattered showers could still cause disruptions heading into the weekend. So people are being encouraged to stay alert and check travel updates before heading out. For many in the region, Tuesday's extreme conditions were a sharp reminder of how powerful early winter storms can be. This was one of the most intense early-season weather events the UK has faced in years, and it brought transportation across large areas to a standstill. Storm Bram didn't just shake up the weather maps. It shut down travel, tested infrastructure, and reminded everyone how quickly winter can flip the script in the UK and Ireland. If you found this update helpful, please hit the like button, share with friends, and subscribe for more weather news. Stay safe out there.